SBR Elvira is an older teenage mare that we purchased from the kill buyer. This mare was very thin, and because of that, she had a pink sticker on her, which meant she was going to be shipped to Mexico, as she was too thin to go to Canada. Because this horse was so thin when we got her in, we quickly tested her out to make sure she was broke to ride, but did not put any time in on her. As she's fattened up and gotten healthier, we have put more time on her, and she's proving herself to be headed towards the walk and trot beginner area. The reason she's not a beginner horse at this point in time is that she's crooked. She stays to the rail pretty good the second way without guiding, but when you reverse and go the first way, she wants to drift off the rail. That's probably the way they drove her, where they held on one side of her mouth. With a rider that does not guide, it can sometimes make it hard because they're learning to post and they don't get the concept of guiding, and this mare still needs guidance to stay on the rail. When she drifts, she's not being bad. She merely needs someone that's going to put the time in her and the repetition to teach her to stay to the rail. She's got all the goods, so to speak, there to make a beginner walk and trot horse. She's kind, she flat walks, and her trot is kind of a consistent speed, not too slow or too fast, and she doesn't have a super long stride, so it's not hard for the kids to post on. This mare is slightly low backed. I wouldn't call her sway backed. It could be due to her age that her back has dropped a little. The only thing we do is put a pad underneath so that the saddle doesn't push on her withers at all. She's very easy to work around and is a kind mare. She's learned to reverse to the rail, as you just saw. And for these horses that have been on the road, that can sometimes be difficult because they're used to a carriage. And when they get a wall in front of them like that, they can't turn the carriage that sharp. So it takes them a while to learn that. As you can see, Erin's pushing her over to the wall. She's wanting to drift just a little. I don't think this is a problem with her. She's happy to stay to the rail. At this point in time, she needs a little more guidance. This mare is easy to mount and dismount and has been easy to groom. I think there was pictures of her earlier with Erin doing some sort of poses on her and around the world. You can see the mare wants to drift from that end, and Erin has to keep correcting her. It's not a hard correction, it's just having her go down around the ends. We've used her in our lesson program, and my riders ride her more actually than Erin does. And what we work on is just staying to the rail. This mare would be an excellent beginner horse if someone would just put the time in her. Erin's now going to do Around the World, which we know a lot of lesson programs use. If you're interested in this mare, please call Erin at Saddlebred Rescue.